Hey, everybody, welcome to the Shead Show. I'm your host, Ryan. I hope you all are doing great today. And as you can see, I have a special guest with me, Joey Mannarino. Brother, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I think we're all doing better than OJ today. And
Yeah, well, we're still here. We're still here.
still here, man. So, no, man, before we put the boxing gloves on, I just wanted to thank you for, coming on the show. And before we go into it, I want to be a little fair and let everybody know that I've done the outline here and I've prepped this entire show. So Joey doesn't really know what's coming and he's going to answer everything honestly and off top of his head. So I just want everybody to be aware that, I have a slight advantage here. It's kind of like a home court advantage. So before we go into that, I just want to be fair.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. So, with that said, is there anything you want to say before we go into it?
No, you invited me on. I said most people thought I was not going to come, and I said I'm going to come. Why
I,
not? I'm
I,
here, and no
I
cancellations, no last minute Wi-Fi outbursts or something. I'm here,
no,
always down
no.
for a conversation.
And I will say a lot of people did not think you were going to come. At first, I gave 50-50 odds, but then I said, you had been messaging me like every day or so, just like, hey, ask a question or whatever. And it was like, clearly you're engaged. So, I
Yeah,
started being like, no, I'm like 89% sure he'll be there.
yeah.
Like,
Here we
you don't call, you don't text somebody or send a message and be like, hey, what are we wearing?
Right.
If you're not planning on coming. So
Exactly.
that was my thought process. So thanks for coming. Um, and I want to just give people, maybe if you're not on Twitter and you just listen to the podcast, Joey and I like to go at each other on Twitter in the comment sections. We disagree on a lot,
Most everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we find anything we do agree on in this show. But so it just kind of started as a back and forth, and like Joey said, I said, why don't you just come on the show and we'll go face to face and we'll see what's what live. And so here we are. So that's how we got here. And so let's get into it. My first question for you, man, is do you know what Bot Sentinel is?
Bot Sentinel? No, I don't.
Okay. So
I'll Google
Bot Sentinel is it's like a plugin that you can put into your browser.
it.
And
Okay.
it monitors everybody on Twitter, and it basically gives it like a bullshit meter.
Okay.
And so everybody's gets one, especially us bigger creators. Like you have to have enough content for them to base it off of. So all
Okay.
of us big creators get one. But I want to put it up. Well, oh shit, my first question is, can you see these?
I see him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Normal,
good, good. You
100%. Yeah, yeah.
usually can if you're on a mobile. That's why I wanted to ask. So here are both of ours, which is yours is a 32% satisfactory.
Okay.
Mine is a 7%, which is it says normal.
Okay. So
So
is that supposed to be how many bots are on your page?
no,
Or
no, that's no. It's the reason it says bot is because it's a bot that does it. But no, it's not. That's not. No, that doesn't determine that. It's like the stuff you post, is it problematic? Like there are accounts on there that are like 80% and they show red, and
okay.
everything that they tweet, it's in red lettering to draw your attention to this is usually bullshit,
Okay.
basically. So I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to know if you knew what that was because I actually use that, and I don't know if any of you guys in the comments use that to kind of what's the word I'm looking for, sift out people, so to speak. So what the hell? Somebody said, I know this isn't, somebody must have a burner account. Joey Mannarino Jr., I need a man. What the
Junior, I need
hell?
a man. Oh my goodness. Joey's wig
Uh,
was in here too. Stay strong today.
yeah, Rodrigo said props for showing up, for sure. Let's see what else we got before we get rolling. Like to go at each other. Okay, my choice of wording there may have been questionable. I'll give you that one. These are good. These are
And
going to be
who
good.
knew that the first questionable comment will come from you?
Oh, I'm gonna have several. I already
Two-pay
know
jokes
that.
are allowed.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus,
I
Joey
bought it.
actually Joey actually kept his word and showed up. Absolutely. So again, can't say he didn't show up.
Hmm.
So let's start with the lob over the plate. Why do you support Donald Trump?
So, look, I started supporting Trump in 2016 when he came down the escalator. At that point, the country was not in as bad of a place it is now, right? But the question for me was, do I want Hillary Clinton and more of the same, or do I want something different? Something different, something radically different was Trump. And I started supporting Trump for that reason. I listened to him in the first debates. Somebody actually told me to watch the debate because I would laugh my ass off on how stupid he was. I watched the debate and I actually liked a lot of what he had to say. A lot of what he said made sense to me. And I was not a politically engaged person at the time, right? So when you're not politically engaged, it brought me into the field and I learned a lot. And then the more I listened to him, the more I started to agree with the things that he was saying, that we should have strong borders, that we should have lower taxes, stuff like that spoke to me. And that's why I started supporting Trump. And that's it. That's really how it started.
So what did he do in between 2016 and 2020 that impressed you so much that you're going to vote for him again?
I'm going to vote for him again. Number one, okay, the country was more or less at peace compared to what it is now, right? As far as globally. Globally, we had peace. We didn't have war going on in Ukraine. We didn't have war going on everywhere like that. That was one thing that I liked.
So how does Trump stop that versus what Biden's done? What would Trump have done differently?
I'm not 100% sure what he will do differently, but what I'll tell you right now is whatever the current strategy is not working, right? That we can absolutely know.
What's the current strategy that you think isn't working?
The Biden strategy of just, we don't even know. We're sending money to Ukraine. We don't particularly know what it's going for, and there's no stopping of the war. Right now, what needs to be done is the U.S. needs to be the grown-up in the room and say, no, you're not going to continue this. We're going to put out a peace deal instead of just mindlessly sending billions to a war that, look, they haven't won it on 200 billion or 100 billion, whatever we've sent so far. They're not going to send it and make some difference now.
So you're advocating we just let Ukraine have at it with Russia, and if and when Russia takes over.
What I'm advocating is a peace deal. What I'm advocating is the United States.
But Putin isn't interested in a peace deal. So, you know, we can advocate that all we want.
There a peace deal already put together, and then they stopped it. They said Boris Johnson came in at the last minute and stopped it.
Okay, Russia stopped it. You know, I don't give a shit who stops it, but you know, you can blame it on whoever you want. Russia has zero interest in a peace deal. They have 100% interest in taking that land back. So again, I ask, what do you want us to do? You just want us to let Russia take over that area? And then the question is, are you okay with what the UN is going to have to do next?
What are you saying the UN is going to have to do next?
They're going to have to defend the countries that belong into the UN. So if he starts fucking with Poland, he starts fucking with other people. Now we're in it anyway.
NATO, not UN, right?
NATO, sorry, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. No. So as far as NATO goes, we're going to have a big problem if we admit Ukraine into NATO. Absolutely, we cannot do that because that's a disaster. I don't believe that Putin is going to go.
I wasn't talking about admitting them into NATO. I was talking about the other NATO countries because he's not going to stop if we just let him go.
So you think he's going to go into Poland?
I think he's not going to stop at Ukraine.
Why would he go into Poland?
Why wouldn't he? Why did Hitler go where he went?
Strategically, though, what would be the use?
Land. The more land you have, the better off you are. The more land you have, the more resources you have to sell off, to mine, like tons of reasons.
I don't think he would want to manage all that. There's too much of a difference there. The Ukrainian
dude, you are way underestimating what a dictator does and what their purpose is.
I just don't. Whoa! It's dogs barking outside. Pardon? It's National Pet Day.
No, I know. I have my
National Pet Day. He sees something outside and he just wants to get it. So you'll be all right.
So, I mean, honestly, though, I'm not hearing anything specific that you like that Donald Trump did. So, you know, and then you're not giving anything, you know, reasonable that Trump would do differently. And I want to tie this to Afghanistan. You know, Afghanistan, that was a deal that was made under Trump. He didn't have a plan. He set a timeline, but he had zero plan. And then left it for the Biden administration to do. And then when the Biden administration asked for an extension, he got it till August, and he asked for a second extension, and the Taliban told them, no, you guys have to be out by August 31st. So they did the best job that they could do. But to sit there and put all that on Joe Biden's doorstep and not give Biden or Trump the credit that he deserves for that debacle is wrong.
Well, the Afghanistan debacle, what we needed to do was we needed to get the actual people out first. You don't send the troops out first. They left people behind. It was a complete
Who did they leave behind?
How much personnel?
They got 120,000 people out in 30 days. How many more people do you expect them to get out?
The Afghanistan debacle was handled terribly, absolutely terribly. We cannot have that again.
We can't, which is why you can't fucking put Trump back in, because he put us in that position.
Biden managed it. He could have canceled anything he didn't.
He tried. The Taliban was like, no, that's not the deal that was made. Fuck you, get out.
Well, what we did now is we have the Taliban completely back in control.
Yeah, so, and do you know who released? Do you know who released the person that's now in charge of the Taliban?
Are you going to say Trump?
I am.
Yeah. Well, if they had a real leader in the White House and they weren't so afraid, like they were afraid.
No. You're not going to glaze over the fact that the dude leading the Taliban right now that you just said is the problem was released by Trump. You're not going to glaze over that.
Well, look, we left the weapons behind. Why did we leave the weapons behind, Brian?
As a military veteran, let me explain that to you, Joey. I'm so glad you fucking asked. So when you take all those things over there and those numbers that you Republicans like to use, those numbers are for over the entire fucking 20 years. So my question to you is, how many of those Humvees were blown up by IUDs? How many of those Humvees were left that were actually operational? Then my question to you would be, do you know what the procedure is for us when we go over there? We dismantle everything and we leave it because it actually saves us and the military and taxpayer dollars than having to ship it all back. So again, you people are sharing stuff that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe ask a veteran like, hey, how does this shit actually work?
So why didn't we keep Bagram? If we had all that stuff over there, why didn't we just keep Bagram?
Why would we? They wanted us out. You guys wanted us out. Everybody demanded us out. You guys pounded on the desk and said, get everybody out. All right, fuck you, we're out.
Yeah, no, I don't think we should have withdrawn the way we did. So
I don't either, but that was the deal that was fucking made. And then everybody wants to complain that a 20-year war zone, that the withdrawal that happened in 30 days didn't go as planned. And you guys want to think that Biden can predict suicide bombers, which is ridiculous. And when we join the military, we sign on that dotted line knowing that we might give our life for this country. We don't know how it might happen. It could be in a plane crash. It could be jumping out of a plane and the parachute doesn't open. It could be a suicide bomber. It could be because I stabbed myself with a fucking drill bit working on a plane. We don't know how we're going to die working in the military, but if it happens, it happens. And the fact that those parents and the right has used those deaths the way they have is absolutely disgusting and despicable and disrespectful to every one of us veterans.
Look, why didn't he foresee it? Why didn't he foresee any
How
of this
could
and change the plan? Why?
Foresee a suicide bomber?
You know the reason.
Change what plan? You're moving 120,000 people. What? How do you want him to change the plan, Joey?
Look,
he can't extend. The Taliban's told him he can't extend. So how do you want him to change the plan?
So we take orders from the Taliban in the United States?
It's their country telling us to get the fuck out. That's what you wanted. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that.
Well, you can not be a fan of it, but you're not looking at reality. You're dismissing a lot of things.
I'm not leaving you 1 second, though. I'm not leaving.
No worries. What do we got in the comment sections here? Why didn't Trump predict the Vegas shooting? Becoming a Shed fan. Appreciate that. Joey has nothing without his buzzwords and fear-mongering. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about him while he's not here, but Trump made the deal with the Taliban, not the actual government. Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
People, so just a disclaimer for everybody. I'm here today alone, and I've got a dog here who's just trying to do his own thing, and he got into the laundry, and I'm trying to get him out of the laundry and do this show. So excuse me, everybody, but If I got to run sometimes, I'm here alone with the dog.
No worries. All right.
He's got my wife's bra running around the house right now. People.
All right. So let's move on. I think let's move into what I think most people here want to see, which is let's put up some of your greatest hit tweets, and I think that these will just be good segues into talking about these topics.
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Okay, this one I think was just last night. If we're
Oh,
going to
that was
forgive
just last
student
night.
loan debt, can we also forgive car payments and rent payments too? What about credit card debt? I'm just curious where we end the loan forgiveness and how I can get in on some of that. If we're going to mess the whole country up using tax money from people like me who actually pay back what we owe and pay our share in taxes, can I at least get something back? Or am I just supposed to get screwed for doing everything the right way? All right. So, oh, I just did that way out of order, but anyway. So, what do you mean exactly by that? Because
So here, yeah. So what do you? Yeah.
no, go ahead. Because I talked enough. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. You have student loan debt. It's now suddenly forgiven. Which here's the deal: the student loan debts are predatory. I understand that in this position here, and the way that they're structured is a disaster. But that we're just going to now suddenly forgive everything with taxpayer dollars. Number one, it's unconstitutional. The Supreme Court's not going to let it happen. Okay, so Biden is basically saying this is going to happen, and then it's not actually going to happen. Like he's just saying this until the Supreme Court overturns it, and that might be after November. So people may vote for him with thinking that they're going to get the student loan debts forgiven, and then in the end, it's not going to be forgiven. So you threw your vote out. Okay. Number two, if they're going to forgive student loan debt, why don't we just start forgiving all debt? Forgive medical debt, forgive car payment debt, forgive credit card debt. Why don't we just forgive everything? Why?
Well, I think the big difference is that those other loans aren't predatory, as you know, as you mentioned, and to compare education costs to everyday living, I think is different. I think to ignore how much tuitions have increased under universities
Which is a disgrace. It is a disgrace.
exactly. So it's just to sit there, and then my next question would be this, I think. The hypocrisy of the tweet is what about all the PP loans that Republicans got that they never paid back? And in a lot of instances, that was a lot more money than it would take to pay off people's student
And
loans.
Democrats too. The PPP was a
Oh, I'm
disaster.
not, but you're saying people like you pay your don't do that and pay your share. That's what the tweet said. So my question to you
I
is,
said
what
me,
about the?
particularly me.
Let's put it back
Right?
up.
Is that not what I said? People who did
Let's
it the
put it.
right way, which
Let's
means
see.
if I take the
No,
loan,
no. Let's pull it back up. If we're going to mess the whole country up using tax money from people like me who actually pay back what we owe and pay our share in taxes. Okay.
like me, exactly. I
Like
don't. I
you,
don't think,
Republican, conservative. No, you guys all go around with that same talking point, but half of you fucking accepted the PPP loans and never paid them back.
okay, for
So
the
don't
record,
so don't
I
sit there and take money from us taxpayers and then point the finger back at us and say we're not going to forgive the predatory loans that we went after you that go after middle class and lower class families way more than it does rich people because they can afford to pay for it. So they don't give a shit how much it costs. So to
yes,
ignore all that is extremely naive.
the PPP was a disaster, and
It
somebody
was.
created the
And who
PPP.
did that?
That was
Who
Trump
did
in
that?
Congress. That
Thank
was Trump
you.
in Congress.
Thank you. So
That
you
was
don't
something I
so
didn't
you
agree.
don't give him credit for the fucking debacle of the budget and how much that fucked us in the economy and how much that fucked Biden into the economy, but you just admitted it.
No, I don't blame the economy on the PPP loans, though it did add. Look, COVID was a problem. COVID was a big disaster for the economy. And the way that we just threw $6 trillion, yeah, that was a problem. Absolutely. Congress should not have approved that. I give credit to Massey. Massey was the only one that really stood against that in the whole government, Thomas Massey. And so we made a mess. He said over 156 Republicans in Congress received PPP, 68 Dems received PPP. Didn't know that. Interesting. I guess that's because the Republicans are more business owners and the Democrats are more career politicians. That's probably what that
No, the
means.
Democrats are the actual fucking working class, and the Republicans are all rich motherfuckers sitting around pulling the strings, and they're the ones saying we need to have more babies because we won't have enough fucking workers.
Dude, that is not what they're saying. So you say the Republican
Elon
Party,
Musk tweets that shit out every
you,
day.
you think the Republican Party is pro-life because they want workers?
Fuck yes, 100%,
No,
100%,
absolutely
100%,
craziness.
100%.
Craziness. We're
I'm
pro-life because we don't
crazy?
want to see babies killed.
What's that?
We're pro-life because we don't want babies
No, you
killed.
guys, dude, that is such a crock of fucking bullshit. First off, if you think that they're babies, you're a fucking moron. If you think that a fucking fetus that looks about that fucking big as a baby, you're a goddamn moron. So let's start there. Number two, what it is you want to control women. You want to control women's choice. You want to control women's body. More importantly, you think that sticking your dick in a woman and coming in her gives you some kind of fucking right over her body and her choices and her medical decisions, and it shouldn't. And the fact that you guys talk about small government while simultaneously saying, well, we're going to kick it back to the states and let the states control women through the fucking government is a joke. You all are hypocrites. It's a fucking joke.
The states should decide. We should not.
No, they shouldn't.
So
No fucking state should. The fucking woman and the doctor. None of you are doctors. None of you are fucking nurses. And the ones of you that are medical professionals pushing for this shit should all lose your goddamn licenses. Because abortion care is health care. And more importantly, if it's not your body and it's not your baby, then why the fuck do you give a shit? And then if you're going to force these women to have babies, then are you going to donate any or designate any of your tax dollars to take care of those kids, to feed those kids in schools? Oh, no, that's right. You guys don't want to feed kids, hungry kids in schools. You guys don't want to help that single mother that you forced to have the kid after some motherfucker like you walked out on her.
Rather see that money go to our people than Ukraine. All that Ukraine.
What about Israel? Fuck Ukraine. What about Israel?
Israel too. The whole world. I say no foreign aid. I don't want.
You guys won't do that though. And you want to know something more importantly that you like to ignore? Do you want to know who makes a shit ton of money off these wars?
Tell me.
Government contractors.
Absolutely.
And you just talked about all these business owners that got PPP loans. A lot of them were Republicans. And a lot of them were fucking government contract business owners.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you, who loses money when wars get shut down?
The entire military-industrial complex, both parties.
Exactly. Bullshit. More Bullshit. More Republicans. And take it from somebody who was in the military and fucking got indoctrinated with Fox News and shit the whole goddamn time I was there and told that we need to vote Republicans because we get better tax raises under them and they take better care of veterans. But hey, guys, big surprise, when it comes time to vote for health care for my fellow veterans that were exposed to burn pits, people like Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, and the rest of your fucking friends like to use people like me to set us up on their political props and even more importantly, set their soapbox up on the caskets of my dead brothers and sisters. They like to say all that shit, and then when it comes time to put your money where your mouth is, you want to vote no.
So I believe that the problem with that bill was some kind of discretionary or non-discretionary.
Don't give me that fucking bullshit. They voted no on several veteran bills, and you guys always say the same bullshit. Tell me what was in the bill that was bad. Don't tell me some vague bullshit like, what else was in the bill? Tell me what was in it that was bad.
I have no idea. I didn't read.
You don't have an idea.
I did not read the bill.
No, you didn't. I did.
What we need to do.
So you're sitting there telling me that the same people that use veterans every day, and you can't tell me that they don't, and they keep voting against us and then saying, oh, sorry. What are you're really going to defend that?
No, what I'm saying is we need single issue bills. You can't make a bill and then say there's one line in the bill and they don't vote for it. They name bills all kinds of things, like the Infrastructure blah, blah, blah Act. Had nothing to do with infrastructure, 9% infrastructure. Give me a break. You got to start taking the names of the bills and then really dissecting what's
You didn't read it, motherfucker. I did. So what are you talking about?
I didn't vote either. What I'm talking about.
You didn't vote on what?
I did not vote on the bill.
Oh, God, I thought you were going to say you didn't vote at all. I was going to say, holy shit.
God, of course I vote. Jesus.
I was about to shut the video off.
Oh, are you there?
It's like, what do you mean you didn't vote, motherfucker?
Are you there?
All right. Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
So just the last thing I want to ask is, you do realize that if a woman goes into the doctor at 35 weeks and the baby's okay and they say they want an abortion, you realize that's murder, right? You realize any court would call that murder, right?
Of course that's murder. Then why do you guys...
Then why do you guys push this after birth and up till birth bullshit talking point?
Do you remember Governor Ralph Northam, the KKK blackface governor? Do you remember him?
Okay.
He's the one...
Weird guy to cite.
He's the one who literally sat in a radio interview and said that if the baby is born, we'll take it to another room and discuss what to do with it. Blah, blah, blah. Execution. That's execution.
Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand.
You asked me 35 weeks, you killed the baby. That's a murder, right?
Yeah, but I'm confused on what you're bringing this other guy into it for.
He's the one who said he's a Democrat. Okay, that he's the one who was the spokesperson for this unlimited
The
abortion.
blackface guy is the guy that you're taking seriously?
Yes, Ralph Northam. That was him.
Okay, great. The
Was he not
blackface
the
guy.
governor?
The
Yeah,
blackface. Okay, you're missing my point. The blackface guy. You think that people are taking the blackface guy seriously?
he was the governor of Virginia, right?
Okay, I don't give a fuck. You get one person. That doesn't mean that the whole Democratic Party is advocating it. Democratic Party does have fucking morons too.
Yeah. Well, look. So then, why do you need it? What's the limit that you'll accept for abortion?
The point is that it's not my goddamn business.
Then why do you need it till 35 weeks if you consider that murder?
I want you guys to leave doctors the fuck alone and let them make the decisions. I trust doctors to determine what's best. You know, the people that actually took the Hippocratic Oath to do no harm unto others. Those are the people that I want to listen to, not politicians, not political pundits that don't know their head from their ass and probably couldn't draw a vagina from memory if you asked them.
So what's wrong with a 15-week? What's wrong?
There's nothing wrong with that, but Arizona just banned it pretty much completely, going back to 1864.
I don't agree with what Arizona did.
I don't give a fuck what you agree with. You have to admit, no. You have to admit what is actually happening. The government in my state just took the rights away from my daughter. She has less rights at 10 years old than she did the day she was born. So don't sit there and act like it's just happening or it's just happening in one state, because it's happened in Florida, it's happened here, and the precedent has now been set. And I'm not going to sit back and let you guys fucking just glaze over it like it's no big deal and it's not happening.
So Florida is 6 weeks. I think Arizona is
6 weeks. So again, if you ever, dealt with a woman possibly getting pregnant, most of them don't even know they're pregnant.
Oh, I know. My wife thinks she's pregnant every 2 weeks. Every time her period's a minute late.
Good for her. Point being is most women don't fucking know that they're pregnant until 4, 6, 8 weeks.
Well, if you're having unprotected sex, don't you think you should keep track of that?
Are you fucking serious? Did you really just say that?
Yeah, I did. Don't you think you should be keeping track of your cycle?
I think you're a fucking moron. You think people going out and having sex or condom breaks or whatever the instance may be, you think they're keeping track of that shit? No, that's victim fucking blaming is what that is.
Not victim blaming.
Yes, you are. You're saying, she should have been keeping track of her cycle.
Now
get the fuck out of here.
I absolutely do think they should keep track of their cycle. Number one. Number two, I think a 15-week ban is fine.
I think you should stay the fuck out of women's business is what I think.
Fine, that's fine.
Period.
There's a difference.
No, there's not a difference. You are justifying you having a say in women's reproductive rights, and you're justifying it with your own twisted principles and morality. The reality is that you should have zero fucking say in what my daughter does. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Your daughter's 10. We're not talking about her.
I'm talking about my goddamn daughter, and when we're talking about their rights, you better sure as fuck understand that we're talking about her.
Okay. Well, anyway.
No, not anyway. Do you understand what you're saying? Do you understand that you are wanting to control women's bodies through government?
The states choose.
Government. I don't give a fuck if it's state or federal. The government is controlling women, and you're okay with it.
I am okay with a ban on abortion late term. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, you're supporting bans on abortion, period. And you need to stay the fuck out of women's business.
I don't support without exceptions for rape. You need to have exceptions for rape, okay, especially with the border. You need to have exceptions for incest. If
somebody said I should not have a daughter, I know. I'm sitting out here fighting for her rights, fighting against dumb fucks like you who want to use your religion and your twisted morals to control my daughter and have a say over her body. You people are so fucking twisted. I don't even know.
So somebody said, remember the 11-year-old girl? Yeah, she should have been allowed to have an abortion. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know.
They're not allowing this shit to happen. They're trying to force 12-year-olds to have kids.
They should not. A 12-year-old should not be having kids.
Period. Okay, then why are Republicans fucking trying to pass laws that they can get away with that shit?
Certain Republicans are doing that. That's not the stance of the National Party.
So it's okay for you to pick out one or two, but it's not okay for Democrats to do that. Got it. Thank you for that.
Okay. What else?
So let's see. Is this the first one? Let's go back. Let's see. I'm glad I found my wife right before the transgender craze really swept the West. We met in 2021, and it was right after that when everyone and their mother started switching genders. I promise you, had I brought a girl home after dinner and she pulled out a dick, when I went to fuck her, I wouldn't be tweeting this because I'd be in jail, insinuating that you would kill her.
Yeah, that's fine. That's just joking around.
That's not just joking around. That's a
Wait.
big fucking problem, Joey.
Well, in my mind, that's just a joke.
Well, in your mind, that you're a piece of shit because what you're doing is you're provoking people, literally killing transgender people, and there was nothing in that tweet that led anybody to believe that that was a joke.
I think if you read my page, you would know I'm sarcastic.
Dude, bro, the reason that you and I are on this fucking podcast right now is because no, I don't think you're being sarcastic. Better question, I want to ask you this: how many accounts do you? Because I'm about 90% sure that you manage Laverne Spicer. So how many other right-wing nut job accounts do you manage?
I manage my account. I don't manage anyone else's account.
You sure?
Yeah, I consult with certain people on ideas, but no, I don't manage anybody else's account. They say I manage everybody. I don't manage anybody.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you type a certain way, and your sentence structures are a certain way, and I don't think you're smart enough to change that up.
Okay, well, in any case, no, I don't manage anyone else's account but my own. Now, I do consult with people. That's literally part of my business is social media strategy, social media consultation. Okay. But I don't sit there and run tweets.
So, transgender, murder, joking. Got it. Let me cross that off the list. Sorry, guys. I'm producing the show and doing everything. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah. So this one is there's no way to rehabilitate a pedophile. If you can get your dick hard for a young child, you are beyond sick and do not deserve a place on this earth. You deserve the most torturous punishment known to humanity. There should be no safe passage or safe quarter for you in any country. Every single human being who hired Jeffrey Epstein to procure underage children to have sex with is a demonic animal. I am a victim of sexual abuse. Sorry to hear that. That I suffered as a child and know the pain that carries with you for life. May every pedophile be damned to eternal hellfire.
Agreed. Do you have something to not agree about that?
Nope.
Okay.
Just want to ask you why you support Donald Trump, who's been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with Jeffrey Epstein.
Accused is a conviction, or is that an accusation?
Oh, so you as a victim of sexual abuse are going to differentiate and say, oh, well, he's just accused? How would you have felt if when you accused somebody, they didn't believe you?
Oh, many people didn't believe me.
Well, that's good, and those people are sick. But somebody literally filed a court case, has witnesses, has a 30-minute deposition video detailing everything, and you want to call her a liar.
So why is this? This is the same Trump that banned Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago, right?
Oh, yeah. You mean the one that could literally put his house slippers on and go to his house? Because they live that close to each other down in Florida? Or are you talking about when they got together in New York City?
So
no, don't worry about that. So here's my next question. So Trump has been labeled as a sexual abuser in court, in civil court. Oh, so we're just going to ignore that too?
Oh, the E. Jean Carroll. Are we really going with E. Jean Carroll?
Rape? Yeah. So
number one,
you're gonna dismiss. So again, as a claimed victim, as a claimed victim of sexual abuse, I just want to make sure I got this right. You are going to now victim shame E. Jean Carroll and say that 2 juries have found him liable, and you're going to say that they're full of shit.
Why are the balloons on your screen?
Somebody must be tapping it or sending something.
E. Jean Carroll came out and said that Trump raped her in a Bergdorf Goodman's clothing store in the middle of Manhattan. Nobody even found it out, right? Have you been to Bergdorf Goodman? Do you know about Bergdorf Goodman?
Okay, this is going to have no bearing on this, so can you move it along?
Go to Macy's. Can you rape somebody in public and nobody is going to find out?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
No.
In a dressing room? Are you serious?
Oh my God, those things are monitored. You know what kind of store Bergdorf Goodman is? Very high end. You can't just walk into those dressing rooms. Anyway, she accused 7 people of raping her. She walked around and said her cat is named Vagina. The woman has not been raped. I don't believe it for 1 second. And even the jury said it was a sexual assault.
So you're differentiating between sexual assault and rape?
Absolutely. And it's no. Anyway,
dude, you are giving me such good fucking clips. I can't believe it.
In any case, I don't believe E. Jean Carroll for my fucking life. Not at all.
Well, I don't believe you either.
That's cool. You don't need to. The thing is, I don't care if you believe me or not. I really
I know
don't.
you don't. I think you're just fucking out there playing victim bullshit for fucking clicks while you're sitting there supporting a rapist and
Cool.
saying a 13-year-old girl is lying, but you
Very.
want people to feel sorry for you.
I don't need anybody to feel sorry.
Then don't mention it online.
Why? E. Jean
Keep
Carroll.
it to your fucking self. Yeah, she did, and she went to court and she battled that motherfucker for years, and she won, not once but twice.
And I bet you she don't get a dime in the end.
Yeah, because Trump's a fucking broke ass piece of shit who doesn't pay his bills. So we all think that's gonna happen. We're not surprised by that.
And why didn't she come out and speak 30 years ago?
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious,
dude. And you want me to think that your tweets are jokes? Talking to you, it is very evident your tweets are not jokes. You are 100% fucking real.
Cool. Very.
Am I wrong?
I'm real.
Am I wrong? People in the comments, am I wrong?
Why didn't she come out 30 years ago?
Because it was back then against somebody like Donald Trump. Are you serious?
Yeah. Well,
and the laws didn't really support that either.
Yeah. Well, now the law supported it. They made the law.
Oh, yeah. You mean the laws actually changed to protect women now? Holy shit. What a concept.
Yeah, they're protecting
and
women.
More importantly, if you're you were sexually abused, did the laws protect you?
No, I never went to the police. What was that for? What was I going to go to the police for?
Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't E. Jean Carroll? Well, if she didn't, why didn't you?
Because what did I need it for? What did I need it for? I wasn't suing her for money. If it was going to be for money, I would go. But no. Anyway, that woman is dead who molested me, so that's good.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Didn't come out till last year about it, said Joey's way through. Came out years ago to the people that needed to hear it. Anyway, yeah, let's go.
So this is you posting about a Ukraine soldier with Down syndrome. Only problem is this has been debunked several times. So you keep posting it. What's that?
I've seen debunked. I've seen not debunked. I've seen a bunch of different stuff about this. We don't really know.
Well, I mean, you can go Google it. There were several things like this that debunked it. So you can use this one as a source if you like.
Of him, though?
Because people like you who like to act like you actually give a shit, like what did you say? Out of respect for the man with Down syndrome. First off, if you respect him, you wouldn't be using him as your political prop. So let's start there.
Okay.
But more importantly, it's been fact checked several times, and you keep posting it. So my question is, why?
I posted it twice. I'm interested to see what people have to say about it.
And the first time it was fact checked. You reposted it again.
I reposted it because we had a video. They said I photoshopped it. I didn't Photoshop it. It was from Russian Telegram, and I put it out, and that's it.
The Russian Telegram.
I know you're gonna laugh at it, but you know what? It is
Russian Telegram. You're using Russian propaganda, and you don't think I'm gonna fucking laugh at it?
I'm gonna look at both sides of the war,
bro.
I'm gonna look at both sides.
No, you're literally helping Putin. You're like, through this show, you have literally advocated that we should just bounce from Ukraine, send them nothing, and let Russia have them. Like,
we did.
Okay, we already went through this one. Sorry. Okay, did Biden forget he has a speech to give? He's just walking around greeting everyone. Someone tell that old fucker to get up there and start talking. Kamala is about to start sucking dick. He's taken so long. State of the Union.
Yeah. What about it?
You think that's acceptable?
Well, what do you mean?
You think it's acceptable to talk about the Vice President of the United States sucking dick because she's waiting on Biden?
Sure. What have you said about Pence? I'm sure you said plenty about Pence back in the day.
Nope. You can go search. You can go search my timeline. It's pretty easy.
Cool. Well, then fine. Now, I mean, we all know what Kamala's past is.
And by the way, Pence is a fucking man. He's not a woman, not the first woman vice president, not a black woman. So to sit there and use him to justify that is pretty fucking laughable.
Kamala's not black, by the way. Kamala is Jamaican and Indian. She was Indian for the first part of her career. Now she wants to be black. Anyway, we're not going to get into Kamala's past. Kamala.
No, because you're a fucking racist piece of shit is what you are, differentiating between that. You know that, right? Because you're the piece of shit that's going to look at my daughter and say, oh, last week you were white, but now you want to be black. Right?
Is your daughter biracial?
Right? Yeah, my kid's fucking biracial. So you stepped in it again, dumb fuck. So you're the guy that's going to tell them, oh, you're not black.
Is
you're
your
white.
daughter running for office as an Indian woman in California? I don't think so.
It doesn't fucking matter. She's both Indian and black. So you're trying to just say that she can't claim whichever one? I don't give a fuck what she claims. If she's both of them.
She claims what she wants to claim for political gain.
She can. She's both. She can claim whatever the fuck she wants. Just like Donald Trump claims he's a fucking billionaire, and we all know he isn't.
Listen, Ryan, anytime that anybody says anything about Kamala, it's racism. It's not racism. She's a shit vice president, period.
That isn't what you, but motherfucker, that isn't what you said in the tweet. You're talking about her sucking dick, not her policies, not her job performance.
Hold on. Willie Brown, and the reason Kamala came up, she was Willie Brown's mistress.
Dude, shut the fuck up. That has nothing to do with the tweet that you said and talking about her sucking dick.
I talk about anybody sucking dick, by the way.
I know, but by the way, why do you talk about dick and cock so much?
Engagement.
Thank you. That was going to be my next question. So literally, you just post dumb fucking shit for engagement?
It's not dumb fucking shit, but
it is. Like, okay. I mean, I've got 12 more to go.
Let's go. Let's go to the next one.
All right, let's go to the next one. This is getting good.
You said you have 2 hours?
I got 2 hours. So what's going on in the White House? Did Michelle Obama pay Biden a visit? So again, you being a piece of shit, talking about Michelle Obama, another black woman, and I love that it got fact-checked because the man has a CPAP machine, which, by the way, as nasally as your voice is, you might want to go get that checked.
Oh, thank you.
You might benefit from a CPAP.
Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. I care. So my question is, again, why do you keep saying things about Michelle Obama like the 60-year-old man Michelle Obama doesn't look his age? Like, listen,
I don't think Michelle is a man. But between
really, because you said I always thought Michelle Obama had one of the best portraits, and it's a painted dick on there.
It's called having fun.
No, it's not having fun, and you know that. You're posting it for engagement, and you're attacking a black woman for money so that you can put food on your table. Michelle Obama raped me. So again, you're literally making light of rape as you claim to be of sexual abuse.
That was the day that E. Jean Carroll got her millions.
Who gives a fuck? You literally went online and said Michelle Obama raped me.
It's a joke. My God, that's so clear.
No,
I want 83 million and I want it now. Obviously, it's a reference to E. Jean Carroll.
It's not. These aren't funny. These aren't fucking funny jokes.
I laughed, and apparently 1.3.
You laugh, but your comment section is like people dragging you.
That's cool. They can drag whatever they want.
It's not, but like, why? What does that do for you?
Imagine finding a woman
with the sex appeal of Hillary Clinton, the fashion sense of Joe Biden, and the femininity of Michelle Obama, and the fitness of Stacey Abrams. What would you do?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh no, it's not, dude. Do you know what you look like? Because I watched you go down that rainbow slide, and you've got bitch tits in the gut and little tiny legs. So you want to sit there and go after women like this, educated women? And say that Democratic women are completely unfuckable? Bro, take that fucking thing off your head and then go try and get some pussy. Let's see how you do then.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
How much did that cost, by the way?
Oh,
because dude, I mean, seriously, I could use it. But
well, I'll give you the details offline.
Honestly, I'm really actually.
So no,
I'm really actually kind of curious what.
So anyway,
what the process is.
Anyway, the video's out there. You saw the process. I went to New York to get.
Is there a video?
You never saw the video?
All I've seen is the photos, like the process.
Go watch the video.
Oh, okay.
Go watch the video.
No, that's fair. I hadn't seen the video.
Yeah, go watch the video. It's very fun.
No, that's fair. I
wish I'd never done that motherfucking video. No, there's no denial. There's no denial.
Dude, I love that. I love that. Like, I wish I'd never done that.
No, that was a terrible video. But that the system will cost you about $10,000, but it'll last you 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, but there's anyway. I don't want.
No, I mean, honestly, people want to know. I mean, all joking aside, people want to know. And
no. If you need it, and you can go, and it's 3D printed. They fit it to your head, and you'll see the whole video is up there. 3D
printed, no shit.
Yeah, it's 3D printed. It's very interesting, but you can go.
I saw you in the ocean. Like you got it wet.
It does not come out. It does not come out. You got to work very hard to pull this out. You have to go in. They got to use all different kinds of stuff. Anyway,
take it off?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to go through? Have you had to have it replaced yet?
Of course, yeah. They replace.
I don't know how long ago you had it.
They replace it every month. You just have the systems 3 years.
Oh, I got you.
There's multiple systems.
Oh, I got you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Actually, thanks for answering that because no bullshit. People were asking.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's on like Kaylin's over there. She said it's on YouTube. It is on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know why I've never seen it. All right, let me exit some of these out that we already went through. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm having to X out like 7 things here. Okay. Next tweet. The saddest part about this entire abortion debate is the whole entire country is going to be handed to socialists just so that women can continue to have the option of slaughtering their unborn children. America deserves what it gets if that's how it all turns out.
Yeah. Yeah, I find it very sad that the whole debate around 2024 is just abortion. I think it's pathetic. I think that if this is what hands the country to people who want to tax Republicans and, you know, a 70% tax rate, I think it's disgusting. I think Republicans need to get smart, like Trump has gotten smart, and he's just said states' rights.
You said something beginning I wanted to respond. Damn, I forgot already. Do you remember what you said the first part of that sentence?
Nope. I just say stuff. I don't remember what I said.
I know I do. I do too. I go off the head a lot. Damn. Let me see if I can put it back up and read what I was thinking. Slaughtering their unborn children. I mean, when you say slaughter unborn children, what do you envision that mean?
Have you ever watched an abortion?
Yeah, and I've taken 2 of my friends to get one too. So
yeah, it's an awful experience. I mean, we're not talking about the pill abortions. The pill abortions are awful in their own way. But I mean, when you look at what they do in an abortion and you see the suction and the baby coming out and the way the woman suffers, should I say it? Yeah, I don't care. I have an ex. She was from Portugal. She had 3 abortions, fucked up in the head from the abortions because she couldn't take it anymore. None of my babies. They were not my children. It was all before me. The girl was traumatized. She lived the rest of her life traumatized from having these abortions, and we just talk about it willy-nilly. It's not.
Well, I mean, you're using one example to justify trying to use laws to control women, and I can say that I had two friends that I took to have abortions, and both of them were in abusive relationships, and were so fucking relieved after that.
And the rest of their life, they haven't been affected by it?
No. Matter of fact, I mean, they both went on to have good lives without the fucking men.
See, I know most of the people that I know that have done it have been very affected by it.
Well, see, the problem is that even in your comment section, there aren't many people that agree with that. And again, it's just so weird that we're advocating it, or that we're hearing Trump supporters, MAGA, conservatives. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I've got too much going on. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. That's on me. I don't know. It's just really disheartening to see everybody using the justice system to use state laws and to remove a federal protection, for no good reason other than a political win for one side.
Well, did it really turn out to be a win for us?
No, it definitely didn't. No, and
I think politically.
And I think that's what I thank you. I think that's what I was going to talk about. Is this really did backfire? And I think and clearly you recognize that, and I think even Trump and his team recognize that. And I recognize that the talking point is going to be heavily pushed. What you just said basically is that it's being pushed back to state rights. But I don't think that the American voters, and more particularly women voters, are really going to accept that as a reason.
A lot of employers are even saying that they will fly you to get your abortion elsewhere. I mean, a lot of people are.
Exactly. Should that have to be the case, man?
Look, it's up to the states.
But it shouldn't be. But that's my point, man. It shouldn't be up to the state. Like you just said it. Employers are having to fly their employees out of state to get medical care. You can't. That's so wrong.
Here's the deal. I really think that as a national issue, it needs to be left to the states. Every state is different.
But why though? What
Because
what is different for a woman in Texas versus California that changes? Then why should it be left up to the state?
Because why do we have 50 states? Why don't we just have one big federal state in that case?
We have federal laws though.
It's laws change state to state.
State laws, but we have federal laws too, and we had a federal protection
Right.
that the Supreme Court removed.
Right. It's been decided that constitutionally it's not a federally protected thing.
You're not really answering the question though. What differs between a woman residing in Texas and a woman residing in California that should change their access to abortion?
So can you say that for every other law? So should the laws be uniform?
Not every other law is trying to control a woman and decide what she does with her body.
But there's a child involved too.
No, there isn't a child involved. There's a fetus involved. There's a difference.
Not in religion.
Scientific. Exactly. Your religion is bullshit, and it's not science.
Religion is not bullshit.
I'm Christian and I'm a Catholic, and let me tell you, using your fucking religion to justify abortions is bullshit. And you're sitting there saying it's a state right, but you just admitted that it's your religion.
Of course, it's a religious belief. I don't believe in the slaughter of babies. No.
And you're legislating your beliefs, which is wrong.
Wrong to who?
Me and every other person that has to live with the laws that you base off your religion. Not everybody in America is Christian. Not everybody's fucking religious. So to base laws off of that is wrong for every other American.
They can move to a state that they're happy in. America's
really, motherfucker? So you want me to have to pack up and move? No, that's such a bullshit answer. And you know what that is? That's the equivalent of you assholes telling me that I should leave my country that I served and that my wife served and that my country served for 100+ years. That's the same answer. It's bullshit.
Country. You don't need to leave.
No, you just told me to leave my state. You told me to pack up my shit and leave at my expense because you guys want to legislate your religion.
Do you need an abortion, Ryan?
No, my daughter might one day, and you motherfuckers are going to make it so she can't get one.
Hopefully you don't raise her that she needs an abortion. My God, you're a good dad. You wouldn't. Why would you say that?
Like, let me tell you something, Joey.
Yeah, what?
That comment, if I ever see you,
yeah,
that comment bought you one, man. Okay. I want you to know that.
I don't think that you would have a daughter.
No, that's cool. That comment bought you one, bro. Just remember that. All right. Let's move on to, if black people are going to be exempt from paying taxes, I'm taking the 6% black that I am and identifying as fully black. I'm black and I've been black my whole entire life. If you got a problem with that, call somebody.
Yeah, it's called humor.
Nothing funny about that. And I got to tell you, my black wife didn't find it funny either when we were looking through the tweets.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, what that was that if you watch The Lady, she said, oh, black people are not going to pay taxes in the United States of America under my proposal, blah, blah, blah. I can't think of her name.
And let me ask you a question. Does that idea, do you not understand why that idea would be even have to be a thing? Like, do you
not something I agree with, no.
No. Why don't you agree with that?
Why would I agree with reparations? Why do you agree with reparations?
I could get down with a degree of reparation because I think as Americans and as a country, we have to admit our where we went wrong in our history. And the one thing that came of that we can't ignore is generational wealth.
Okay.
Now, when you erase an entire community's generational wealth, whether it be through slavery or the Tulsa Massacre and burning down Black Wall Street, whether it's whatever you want to call it, these people have, for pretty much up until maybe 100 years ago, maybe less, these people have had their generational wealth ripped from them. And more importantly, if you go back to the slavery part of our history, not only was their generational wealth erased, but they were used to build white families' generational wealth. And those families grew up to become very wealthy, and some of them are in Congress today. So for us to ignore that and not at least sit down and have a conversation and say, okay, the generational wealth thing is an honest argument. You know, you're not just saying, you know, oh, well, we deserve this. If you break it down like that, it's like, okay, yeah, we were directly responsible for some of that. So
when you say we, how long was your family in this country?
My family? Oh, I don't fucking know. Why?
So my family got here in 1946. We don't have shit to do with it.
Well, why does that matter? You're still in the country that made the mistake. So it's just like the military, man. When one person fucks up, we all pay.
Yeah, I don't agree with somebody that came over in 1946, that descendant who had nothing to do with slavery. We were treated like shit when we came to America too, the Italians.
So why do you treat everybody like shit?
Why don't I treat everybody like shit?
No, why do you?
I don't think I do. But
you do online.
Well, maybe I do. But here's the deal. I don't think that my family and my descendants should be held responsible when we weren't even over here.
Nobody's holding your family responsible. We're holding the country responsible. There's a big difference.
Okay, so where's the money going to come from? Me and you.
Everybody.
No, I'm not with
I'll tell you what. I'll pay your share. Don't worry about it. I'll have them take your share out of my taxes. Don't worry about it.
I still don't agree with it.
Well, you can not agree with it, but I just gave you a solid argument and one that you can't.
It'll never happen, though. It'll never happen. Reparations would drive.
Well, I know, because there's way too many fucking greedy ass white people that don't want to admit what we did. So I totally agree with that.
But when you say we, Ryan,
yes, we white people.
We're not here for that.
People in this country.
You were not here for that, Ryan.
No, but you know what I get to watch? I get to watch families like mine deal with it. It doesn't just go away, Joey.
But do you think racism would be cured by reparations?
Not cured. I think it would be a way for. I think it would be building a pretty big fucking bridge, and it would be showing the black community, you know what? We realize we fucked up. We realize we treated you like literal dogs, and that we fucked up you having 270 years of generational wealth.
Ryan, if ever reparations were to pass in this country, the race relations would be as bad as they were during the Civil War. Mark my words.
I know, because all the white people would lose their shit.
Absolutely.
And that's who you'd be with.
Rightfully so.
No, not rightfully so.
If I've got to pay my
we got our generational wealth. Now we're going to fucking cry about it. We use black people to create our generational wealth, and now we're going to cry about it.
So you and I didn't use anything, Ryan. You're as innocent in this as I am.
Uh-oh, hang on a second. Okay. Something happened.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? I don't know what happened. Can you all hear me?
Still there? Oh, yeah, it's still there.
Hello?
I'm here.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Uh-oh. No!
Can the chat hear me?
Can you all hear me or no?
I hear you.
Shit. Can you all hear me?
I hear you. I've heard you the whole time.
What just happened?
Not sure.
You all can't hear me?
They hear you. They hear you. Reparations.
Hello?
I hear you. Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
We're back. Holy shit. Sorry about that, guys. All right, well, I'm going to have to move this over. Sorry. You're going to have to deal with the wire. All right. Sorry, guys. That fucked me all up. Technical difficulties. All right, let's see. Got 4,000 people watching. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
AOC is trying to start race riots in NYC and across the country. And the racist man, that made me start sweating under my armpits. Sorry. It's like made me all nervous. Okay. And the racist mainstream media helping her. Now, if you're not on Twitter, you may not know any of this is happening, but you'll know it when black people start burning and looting again, because that's what the Democrats like to do for their cities. Create disharmony, divide and conquer, and they don't care who and what they hurt in the process. I'm 100% free speech, but I think people who incite rioting and violence like AOC is doing should be at least given a timeout. If she were a Republican, she would be.
Do you know what that was about? Because I don't remember that.
No, but I found it interesting because Trump incited January 6th. So
I don't remember what that tweet was about.
But the part, but let me point out the part that bothered me, Joey, is
sure.
You said, but you'll know it when black people start burning down and looting again, because that's what the Democrats like to do for their cities.
Right. Black Lives Matter riots.
Okay. So the problem with your wording is that you make it sound like all black people.
Oh God.
You don't say, but that's not what you said though in the tweet. So you have to understand how people read it.
Yeah, well,
you didn't say you'll know it when BLM starts burning down and looting again. You use the word black people. That doesn't imply a certain group of them. That implies all.
No, not all black people. Absolutely not. poorly worded. I don't know what this is about. I can't really
All
give
right,
you
I'll give you that because
what that's about.
I know people pull up tweets I wouldn't know what it's about sometimes. So I'll give you that one. All right, moving on. I've never been a Disney fan, so I would never see The Little Black Mermaid, but it's not because I'm a racist. It's because I know Disney has hatefully taken a character away from white people and given it to black people. Like, I don't even want to read the rest of it. Those two sentences together, like, just listen to them, Joey. I've never been a Disney fan, so I would never see The Little Black Mermaid, but it's not because I'm a racist. It's because I know Disney took away a character from white people. So what is that?
DEI.
Okay,
Yeah.
so lead me into another question. What about diversity, equity, and inclusion do you not like?
Because it's used to harm people like us.
How does it harm people like us, Joey?
Because look at the doctor statistics. Did you see the medical statistics in medical school? They're taking Black and Latino people that have lower GPAs and putting them in anyway. And white people are just ignored. DEI is being used to divide the country. Bottom line.
Yeah, by Elon Musk and the right wing. Like, you're literally saying we don't want DEI. Democrats and liberals are saying we want diversity, equity, and inclusion.
We want merit-based stuff in this life.
See, but that's not reality. And again, because I don't think you don't, maybe because your family got here in the 40s, you don't understand our history. Is that this fucking A, man. I'm
DEI,
so flustered I can't even keep my goddamn shit straight.
You need merit, Brian.
Yeah, merit's fine, dude. And I'm not, but these people still have merit. They still made it into fucking med school. It's not like they're like, oh,
it's test results. You got to look at test results, and you got to look at.
You realize that they can't even find enough medical professionals coming out of med school, right? Like, we don't even have enough med professionals. We're hiring them from other countries, and you're worried about DEI and actually giving people of color.
I know quite a few. I have no problem with people of color doing anything, by the way. People of color.
But you're ignoring the fact that through the history of this country, white people have held down black people for a long time. And as somebody who has been a supervisor and been in the room with a bunch of white people looking at resumes that they thought they were around friendlies, I can promise you that within the last 10 years, it is 100% still happening. So again, we're ignoring that these people didn't get opportunities. That's the reason that there had to be historically black colleges and universities, because the other universities wouldn't even let them come in. It's literally history. You can go read it. So again, DEI was created, and the whole concept of DEI was created because it wasn't equal. Again, going back to what I just told you about generational wealth, equity. These people were not created in an equal way. They were not given equal opportunities as the white people were. And anybody denying that is just completely ignoring history.
Merit. You just need to put merit. You don't need to put all these
But
programs.
no. But
true equality is everybody's judged blindly. I don't care if they're black, white.
But you do. And the fact that you guys sit there and try to make it sound like you don't judge, you guys are the biggest judgmental people out there, and you absolutely do. But you want to know why you're full of shit? Today, all over, not just you, the movement. Let me rephrase. All day today, all the right wing is posting photos of Donald Trump at a Chick-fil-A with a few black people and a black woman going, "Oh, don't listen to him. We love you." Again, just because you got a few. And the fact that it was at a chicken restaurant, like, who the fuck is running his campaign?
Listen, Chick-fil-A is.
It wasn't a damn Popeyes now, okay? Come on.
Okay, it could have been worse.
It was Christian chicken. Come on, man.
It's a Republican restaurant. Okay.
Period. Thank you for admitting that.
Chick-fil-A is a Republican restaurant.
That I still eat it every once in a while because the kids
good.
like it.
That's actually what I had right before this show.
Kids like the nuggets. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The kids like the nuggets, and the kids.
12-pound nugget meal and the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Sometimes you just gotta give the kids what they want, you know.
That is excellent. Absolutely.
So don't judge me. All right. I'm pretty sure that more liberal white women celebrate Kwanzaa than actual black people who celebrate.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sure you haven't seen my podcast. That's fine. I have a podcast partner's name is Ian. By the way, we will still be doing our show tomorrow night, guys. So if you're watching today and you usually watch our podcast, we will be still doing the show, even though I'm doing this show today. But Ian celebrates, and there are people in my wife's family who celebrate. So
that's fine. Then.
Again,
I don't know anybody personally who celebrates Kwanzaa, and that's what I was
saying.
Joey,
I think that's what I would like to get. If you walk away from anything today, I hope you walk away with this. Just because you don't know somebody, or you don't experience it, or you don't know somebody experiencing it, or somebody experienced it a different way, that doesn't mean or justify the things that you post.
But Ryan, read the rest of the tweet. It says, what's the rest of the
Let
tweet?
me, sorry.
Last line is literally, I don't know anyone who celebrates it.
Sorry, let me find it again. My bad. I genuinely don't know anyone who celebrates.
Exactly.
Right, but your point is you saying you don't know anybody.
Correct.
Okay, so you don't know anybody, but you're using it to attack liberal white women.
Because the only people that I ever see talking about are liberal white wowomen. Now, maybe there's
again, because you don't know it, you felt the need to put that out there.
Yeah, Ryan,
do you see?
Ryan, I tweet about 80 times a day. I put a lot of shit out there.
I know, Joey, but that's not the question I'm asking you. Like, okay. Like, I don't understand. If you don't know anybody, then you're posting about something you don't know anything about. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like,
I don't know anyone who celebrates, and I know plenty of black people, and none of the black people I know that celebrate it.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, your wife You said your wife's family celebrates.
My podcast partner.
Your podcast partner. That's cool. None of the black people I know celebrate it.
Oh God. Okay. This one I think was from I think this one was a little older. Why are we all acting like Joe Biden's win is a foregone conclusion in 2024? Sure, black people will vote for him if Trump runs, but a lot of them are pissed off about Biden's illegals taking up their resources. Yeah. So I'll leave it up, but I just want to stop there before I get sidetracked. What resources of black people are illegals taking up?
Public housing is being taken up by the illegals. They're killing the public housing. They're killing the industrial resources in the cities. They are destroying all of that. Look at New York City. Why? So look, all the homeless black people, all the homeless veterans that are white, all the homeless anybody.
No. Don't expand on it now, because you didn't say all that. You said, sure, black people will vote for Trump or vote for Biden if Trump runs, but a lot of them are pissed off about Biden's illegals taking up their resources. The first thing you said to me is public housing. You didn't say anything about white people in that.
A lot of black people are in public housing. Look at the statistics.
Okay.
And now illegals are going into public housing. Why is that? Why should Americans...
No, you're missing what you fucking said, dude. Like, that's the problem. I think you don't even realize how far or how fucked up the shit you post is sometimes.
Tell me what's wrong about that.
Are you serious? You didn't say anything about white people, Joey.
Keep going.
You can sit here now and try to give added context to the tweet, but the reality is nobody in their right mind read that part of that tweet and said, yeah, he meant white people too. He meant Latino people too.
LGBTQ?
What's that?
Women is the next sentence. LGBTQ is the
next.
Yeah, no,
you listed a few things, but that doesn't negate what you said right there. You said nothing about white people. You said that illegals are taking up black people's resources, and then when I asked you what it was, you said public housing.
Then I should mention that plenty of white people, every American citizen is being destroyed by the illegal immigration crisis. Period.
Dude, I live an hour from the border, and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now. And so more importantly, you want to know, I want to point these two things out. Number one, what I find really funny is when the right, MAGA, Trump, conservative, Republicans all come out and they say online every fucking day for 3 years, the border's open. Biden's border is wide open. Biden's border's wide open. Every day, every conservative fucking post online tweets that the border is wide open. No, it's fucking not. And more importantly, if you guys tweet it out and put it on social media and TikTok and Twitter and Facebook every fucking day, do you think these people don't have internet somehow? So do you think people aren't talking? One person sees it online and tells the other 500, hey guys, border's wide open, let's go. So my thing is, if you guys actually...
Are you trying to say that we're bringing the illegals over?
I'm not saying you're bringing them. I'm saying by tweeting that out every day, saying that the border is wide open, when you have people that are literally trying to run for their lives in most cases, or just get the fuck out of Dodge, whatever the case is. But whatever the case is, it's like you guys have turned on the bat signal, and then you wonder why they're coming in such large numbers.
So Ryan,
because you guys are advertising it.
We trust me, we're not the ones advertising it. Look at, you remember Mr. Capici? You remember that illegal that was running around telling people how to squat? People like him are advertising it. The total.
Hey, how do you feel about the girl that stole Ashley Biden's diary squatting?
Oh, what? She was squatting?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. The landlord came out and fucking, yeah. And she's headed to jail, but.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They proved that the diary was real by arresting.
No, they didn't. No, they actually proved that the pages you guys all shared were bullshit.
So wait, so then why would they arrest her for a fake diary?
Because she still stole all the shit. She stole her clothes, her fucking purse, memory card, all sorts of shit. She stole all her shit.
Diary, I'm going with the diary is real, but there have
I know, because you don't think, yeah, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
8.7 million illegal crossings since Joe Biden took over. 8.7 million. The people.
Those are not crossings; those are interactions. So again, you're abusing numbers to justify. You're abusing numbers to justify your agenda. And again, if the border was that overrun, dude, again, I live an hour from it. So don't you think that I would be seeing some massive fucking crime?
I've been to your airports. Are you near Phoenix?
No, I'm in Tucson. Even closer.
I was in the Phoenix airport and it looked like a complete homeless shelter full of illegals. It was a disaster. I did a video from it.
Okay, but you want to know, here's another thing. You guys say, oh, look at all these democratic cities having issues with illegals. You realize they're being bussed in by mass by Republicans, right? To make it look even worse?
Texas is supposed to deal with that shit all on its own?
Well, no, the point is you're busing them to democratic cities and then pointing the finger at Democrats. You're pointing the finger saying, look at that city. It's failing. No shit, because you guys busted all in there and then wonder why it's all failing.
And where are they supposed to go?
You could fucking disseminate them. You could, more importantly, how about we do something like, do you know that when you and your family came in around 1945, and if you came through Ellis Island, they processed 5,000 illegals a day.
They were
in
not
the fucking 20s and I'm sorry. They were immigrants trying to come here and process through. My apologies.
Exactly.
So my point is that if they could process 5,000 fucking immigrants a day back in 1925, why can't we do a hell of a lot better today?
Yeah, you know what we should do is shut the damn border and stop asylum claims, period. We're out of time. We're out of money.
Oh, well, then we can kick your fucking ass and your family out, too, because you weren't here.
Why is that?
Well, you just got here. You just said you're not responsible for anything that happened before. You're only responsible for 1940 whatever.
We came over legally. We never took welfare. We've never contributed to this country. The illegals are literally.
I don't give a fuck. And Donald Trump doesn't either.
Oh, so well.
You guys want to play that game.
Okay, yeah.
My point is you're hating against people just like you and your family.
No.
Yes, you immigrated here in 1940 something, and now you're sitting here trying to pull the ladder up behind you and say we want to shut the border down and not let anybody come in.
My wife is literally an immigrant. I'm not against immigrants at all.
Oh, okay? Donald Trump's wife's a fucking immigrant, and he's a fucking piece of shit who's against immigrants.
Nobody's against immigrants. We're against illegal immigration.
You want to shut it down and not let anybody come in. You're against immigration, and more importantly, you're against letting...
Go to an embassy and apply the proper way. And if you get in, you get in.
That's the problem. That's, you guys use that as your fucking go-to. It takes 3 to 6 years for that bullshit, and then you wonder why people cross illegally. So again, I go back to my point of if we can process 5,000 a day back in 1920 something, I'm sure we could probably do a hell of a lot better today and spend our resources building up offices and building up processes for that to make it last something like 6 months instead of 6 years.
Absolutely.
But you guys don't want to do that.
I do.
You sit here and say absolutely no, you don't, because none of you promote that. You literally just said the opposite.
Now we're screaming at each other.
Because you just said the opposite.
I don't want to.
You literally just said the opposite.
I don't want to scream.
Okay, but you just said the opposite.
No. If you want to come into this country, you need to apply the legal way. The legal way takes too long, period. But asylum claimants do not have any right to come into this country. We're full. We're
not full. We're not
if you want to come in,
you guys complain that we don't have jobs, we don't have this, we don't have that. We ain't full.
We have way too many jobs. We have way too many jobs. We don't.
Good, then let people come in and take them. Let people come in and earn their right to be here.
The welfare roll and let them go take it.
What's that?
Let the people get off the welfare.
Hey, how about you let them get fucking jobs and they won't need welfare, you dumbass?
Absolutely, let them get jobs.
You won't let them.
Why?
Because you guys literally passed laws that make it illegal.
What? Whoa. Go work. Don't get on welfare. What the fuck? What are you talking about, Ryan?
Then go get your fucking Republicans to put that up, and I bet every Democrat will vote for it.
What are you talking about? If you
Go
get a
put
job,
up a bill that says all immigrants can go get a
I'm
job.
not talking about immigrants. I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
people.
illegals. Yeah,
Oh,
you
fucking
want them off
illegals.
the fucking
I'm
welfare.
talking
Let them
about
come in the
fucking
job. Let them.
illegals. I don't want them in this country. Get out
Why?
of the country.
Why?
Because they're not here legally. They broke the law.
They broke the law because you just admitted it takes too goddamn long. So
So they
again,
should.
let's make the
Oh, wait,
let's.
Ryan, they should just get to come in and cut the
I
line.
didn't say you should get. I'm saying we should fix the fucking problem and
We
not
should. We should. But at the same
exactly.
time, shut the border.
That
Shut
isn't
it.
the answer. That's not the answer, and that's
It is
not
the
going to
answer.
happen.
It is the answer.
No, it isn't, because they're still going to cross. That's a stupid ass. That's a stupid ass
Oh,
shoulder
Ryan,
shrug that isn't
you
going to do
put the
anything.
border up. You put a wall. You put snipers on the
Dude,
border. They're not
bro,
going to cross.
snipers? You want snipers
100%.
on the wall?
100%.
See,
The
now you're
border
fucked up.
needs to be
No, no, no,
sanctified.
no, we're done with that. You're fucked up with
The
that.
border needs to be absolutely
No, you're
solidified.
fucking twisted. That's even more fucked up thing than I ever thought you could say.
Cool.
Seriously.
I'm cool
Yeah.
with it.
I know you are, because you're a piece of shit. And more importantly, you know what? You're such a big pussy. I bet you would never go up on that wall and shoot somebody yourself.
I'm not part of that. I'm not border patrol.
Because you're a fucking pussy. So don't sit there and say that we should shoot people when you wouldn't do it yourself.
Why would I do it? I'm not border patrol.
Exactly. You're a pussy. So don't sit there and advocate for something that you don't have the balls to do yourself.
Snipers on the border.
You don't have the balls to take a life, so don't advocate that we should take a life.
You don't know what life I'll take, okay?
Yeah, no. Dude, you're such a pussy. You wouldn't take a life.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, yeah, you already made a comment about my daughter that bought you one. I'd love to see. Matter of fact, you want to do a boxing match after this?
No, I'm not doing a boxing match.
Come on, man. You said you're tough. You said you'd take a life.
Ryan, I'm not talking about you.
Yeah, no, you're talking about immigrants, which is really fucked up.
Okay, Ryan. Anyway, next. Yeah. What's up? What's next?
No, I think we'll end there. So I just wanted to thank you for coming. You are as big a piece of shit as I thought you'd be. Take care of yourself.